Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Session. I'm James.
And I'm Amelia. We're so glad you could join us today.
Today's topic is one that affects us all, whether we realize it or not: how personality traits affect mental health.
We'll explore how different traits can make people more resilient or more susceptible to anxiety and stress.
And, as always, we'll have our vocabulary section later on. Plus, stick around for a short story that wraps up our topic. Amelia, let's start with the basics. We all have unique personalities, right?
Exactly, James. Psychologists often use the big 5 personality traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism.
That's right. Let's take neuroticism, for instance. People high in neuroticism often experience more emotional instability,
Which means they're more prone to anxiety and depression. Neurotic individuals may overthink or worry excessively about everyday issues.
so someone with high neuroticism might need to develop specific coping strategies.
Yes, practicing mindfulness or therapy can help. But what about extroversion?
Good point. Extroverts are usually outgoing and energized by social interaction.
They often have a support network that can act as a buffer against stress.
But it's not all positive. Extroverts can also struggle if they feel isolated.
On the flip side, introverts may enjoy solitude but need to ensure they're not becoming socially withdrawn.
True, it's a balancing act for both types. Now, what about openness?
Openness is about creativity and curiosity. People high in openness often adapt well to change.
And that adaptability can be protective for mental health. However, they may be more vulnerable to feeling overwhelmed if they have too many interests.
That's why setting priorities is key for people high in openness.
What's your take on conscientiousness?
Conscientious people are organized and disciplined. They're often good at sticking to healthy habits.
But if they become too rigid, it can lead to stress, especially if things don't go as planned.
So, flexibility is important. And lastly, there's agreeableness.
People who are highly agreeable are empathetic and cooperative.
Yes, they often have strong relationships. But they can feel significant stress if they're always putting others' needs before their own.
So, setting boundaries is essential.
Right! Now, how do these traits affect building healthy habits for mental health?
Great question. People high in conscientiousness might find it easier to stick to routines, like regular exercise.
While those high in neuroticism might benefit from activities that reduce anxiety, such as yoga or journaling.
And remember, self-awareness is key. By understanding your personality, you can tailor strategies to fit your needs.
Absolutely. Shall we pause for our vocabulary section?
Good idea. Let's take a short break. Welcome to our vocabulary section. We'll explain a few words that are useful when discussing personality and mental health. Resilience. Resilience means the ability to recover from difficulties or setbacks. For example, practicing resilience helps you handle life's challenges more effectively. Vulnerability. Vulnerability is the quality of being easily hurt or affected. Like, showing vulnerability can be a strength in building genuine relationships. Susceptibility. It refers to how likely someone is to be affected by something. Example: high susceptibility to stress can impact overall health. Neuroticism. It's one of the big 5 traits describing someone prone to negative emotions, such as people with high neuroticism may feel anxious more frequently. Amelia, let's talk about strategies to improve mental health based on personality.
Sure. One common approach is tailoring self-care to your personality type.
For instance, if you're high in openness, exploring new hobbies can be therapeutic.
And if you're conscientious, creating a detailed schedule for your self-care activities might work best.
On the other hand, introverts may benefit from quiet solo activities like reading or meditation.
While extroverts could prioritize social activities like group sports or community events.
And for highly neurotic individuals, daily relaxation exercises can be crucial.
The key is to know yourself and experiment with different strategies.
And always seek professional help if you're struggling. Therapy can be life-changing.
Absolutely. Now, as promised, we'll end with a short story to illustrate our topic.
Let's dive into it.
Once upon a time, there were two friends, Emily and Daniel. Emily was highly conscientious, while Daniel was more spontaneous and high in openness. Emily loved planning every detail of her day. It kept her stress levels low, but if things didn't go as planned, she would feel anxious. Daniel, on the other hand, enjoyed going with the flow, but he sometimes struggled to complete projects on time. One day, they decided to climb a mountain. Emily had prepared every detail: food, weather forecasts, and a detailed map. Daniel, however, packed last minute and brought along art supplies, planning to paint at the top. Halfway up, it started raining, and Emily's anxiety spiked. Her plans had gone awry. Daniel, though surprised, encouraged her to be flexible and try painting in the rain. Reluctantly, Emily joined him. She found that letting go of her rigid plans helped her feel calmer. Meanwhile, Daniel learned the value of Emily's planning, realizing it made the climb safer. Together, they discovered that understanding and blending their personalities could lead to a richer experience. The moral? Self-awareness and balance can make a huge difference in managing stress. And that's all for today's English podcast session.
We hope you found this topic insightful. Remember, mental health is a journey, and understanding yourself is the first step.
Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends and join us next time for more engaging discussions.
Thanks for listening, and take care. Bye for now,